Hello, precious one. You are welcome to African Impact Ministers Network, and I am your host for today. I am going to talk about men of God that organize programs and invite their colleagues, their spiritual sons, or their spiritual fathers. Oh, yes. You see, church or ministry involves a lot. And of course, no matter how powerful and anointed and educated you see it, you cannot do it all alone. Even Jesus said, occupy till I come. But then, do not forget, the kingdom of God, the work within the kingdom is very vast. But the workers are few. So it means day in and day out, we need more people that are dedicated, that are anointed, that are disciplined in the field. And so, inviting colleagues in the same area or the same community, the same capital or the country or from another country to come and minister in our churches is not a bad idea, because during their time of the apostles, a church will have apostles, prophets, pastors, evangelists, doctors, all of them in one church, and it was very perfect. Unlike our days, it is dangerous to have all these 5 people together. I wish we could get to that time and experience how powerful the church was. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it is good when you invite men of God, women of God that are not in your church to come and minister. But some things do happen, and that is what I want to talk about. The topic for today is Dear Host. The host is the one who organizes his program, seminar, or any other thing, and then invites a man of God to come and preach or to teach. So, over the years, I have observed and seen a lot of things that goes on, and that is why I will be talking about this on our online school of ministry. If you have just joined me, share this page, African Impact Movement Network, to invite more men of God to join. What do we do at African Impact Movement Network? We teach, we impact, we train, we transform, we do consecration and ordination also for men of God. So you see, you at the right place. Back to my topic. Dear host, I will be telling you a lot of things that happens. Maybe you have not noticed it over the years. There are men of God that are watching me that they were invited to some programs. Maybe these same things happen over there. But then you didn't take notice of it. So today I want you to know. And dear host, please, after watching this video, men of God, women of God, let us desist from this behavior, because it is not a good one at all. So number one, it is very unethical to have a man of God or a woman of God invited for a program to be seated more than 20 minutes after his or her arrival. Now that the person invited for the program is this, it is now that you want to come and be talking and be doing other stuff. It is very bad. And this is something that we have to desist from it. We don't have to entertain this kind of behavior. We have to resist it among ourselves. We need to do away with this kind of behavior. Number 2, it is very wrong to be leading prayers, singing, preaching, or prophesying in the presence of your guest minister. When you organize a program and then the one that's supposed to speak or preach for the day is there, and in front of the person, you now want to be prophesying, you now want to be singing, you now want to be doing deliverance, it is very wrong. Dear host, desist from this kind of attitude, this kind of behavior. Man of God, you may be an archbishop, you may be a bishop, an apostle, a prophet, or whatever, but this kind of behavior is very low. And when you practice this kind of things, it speaks of your low level of understanding in ministry. So it is very wrong to do that. When the guest speaker arrives, the person shouldn't spend more than 10 minutes. Yes, and the mic is supposed to be handed over to you. But we see a case, the man of God will arrive at the program, more than 10 minutes, more than 15, 20, 30, and he's still seated. And the pastor have not even attended to him. It is very bad. Even if the person is your spiritual son, or your colleague, or just a friend, we need to do away with this kind of behavior. Number 3, it is unethical to expose the mistakes of your guest minister during or after his departure. It will destroy your work in future. When you invite a man of God or a woman of God, it is very wrong to point their mistakes to them directly, in front of them or in their absence. In the future, when you want to invite someone, the person will not come. People that you will be running to invite will not come. Why? Because this very attitude of yours of disgracing men of God and women of God. Number 4. Listen. It is unethical to monitor your guest minister because you are not supposed to invite who you don't trust. The person is preaching. It's like you are there looking at the person, the way the person is preaching, instead of you to be concentrating. The man of God will say, oh, those that love me, come and sow some seed. Like, come and give me some gifts. And people will be coming. Next time, I will talk about that. But today, I'm talking about the host. And people will be coming. And then, you are there. You want to check how much they gave you. If you don't trust the person, why did you invite the person in the first place? You cannot invite someone to come and preach in your church if you know you don't trust the person. It is an error to do that. In ministry, we don't do that. So if you are fond of doing that, it means you do not understand ministry. Alright? Let's go to the next point. It is unethical to change your behavior, mood, and language because of the funds raised by your guest minister. There are men of God, when they invite you for a program, and after you finish preaching, definitely you call out for funds. You try to raise funds to support the ministry. And when you do not raise much, they will be there sitting there looking at you anyhow. Their mood will change, their language, everything. You see that this man of God is not happy with the guest speaker. And this is wrong to do that in ministry. No matter what happens on pulpit, it must not be shown. Gone are the days we don't have this camera thing. Now, most of our churches are online services organized, and then the camera cannot lie. So when you change your face, you frown or you squeeze or you do whatever, it is out there. And this behavior got to stop. We need to put out this behavior. We have to uproot it from our midst. It shouldn't grow anymore. So when you invite a man of God, you need to observe. After the service is done, whatever happened that is not good, you can talk to him. And changing your mood, your language, and letting anyone out there knows that you are not happy with the money they raise. The way they are raising the money, you don't like it. It is an abomination. It is something that it shouldn't be done within us. It is also unethical not to know the complete name of your guest minister. To invite a man of God, you need to know his full name. Most of these men of God of nowadays, the name they use on social media, being WhatsApp, even WhatsApp. WhatsApp, when you have number of someone, you first want to store the name that comes. So maybe you store that name. What if that is not the real name of the man of God? So WhatsApp, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and other social media platforms that I do not know of. You need to first of all know the full name of the man of God you are inviting. Yes. You cannot be there like the man of God comes and now you want to introduce the person, and then you realize that you don't know the full name, and then you go back to the man of God to ask him to tell you his full name, and it is not good. If you do not ask and the person finally get to the church, quickly attend to the person to know the name. Not when you want to mention, you want to bring the person up to come and preach. It is now that you don't even know what to say. It is a shameful act. It is a very shameful act that we need to put it out. Alright? So it is unethical. It is something that we shouldn't do. It is unethical to feel intimidated, jealous, and pressured by the administration of your guest minister. You invite a man of God, the man, the way he's preaching, you preach, but your preachings are a bit different. And the way the guy is prophesying, the way the guy is doing the prayers and deliverance, and you are there and you are tensed. Why? Because you can't do the same thing. You feel pressured, you feel intimidated. No, he'll be taking my members away. No. The way he's prophesying, this is not how I prophesy. He's going deeper than I do. And so this man will steal my members. You don't have to be doing that. This is childish. It is wrong behavior. It is something that you need to flee from it. Run away. Don't let this behavior chase after you. Do away with it. It is not good. Do not feel intimidated, no matter how educated, anointed, and powerful the guest speaker is. Of course, when we organize program, why do we even organize program? We organize program for what? For revival. Listen, most of the speakers that come, there are some that definitely will be anointed than you. They will be disciplined than you are. Powerful in the Lord than you are. But you shouldn't be intimidated. You should rather be happy that through them God is going to bring revival, fire in your church. That is what you're supposed to be proud of. Most men of God they'll get annoyed. Most will be jealous, depressed, pressured. They are seated and they are not happy. They are seated and they are intimidated. It is unethical in ministry to be doing this thing. I'll be done with you very soon. It is also unethical to treat your guest minister like a nobody. No matter how junior he or she is to you. You may be 50, the man of God may be 20. You still have to treat them with respect. Yes, physically he can be your son. Spiritually, he can be your son. We understand, we know that. But respect is something that is important. If you downplay things, how will the members respond to the man of God? Let's learn to shape our visions well and our way of doing things. So no matter how old you are, when you invite a man of God, you need to give them the due respect. The respect that is important. Give it to them. And due respect, give it to them. Not because you are old than them or whatever. No. It is unethical to do that. When you invite a man of God, the name that you put on the poster, when you take the mic and you want to do the introduction, you see that name that you put on the poster, that is what you're supposed to be saying. You'll be saying, my boy, come here. We don't do that. Respect must be given. It is important. It is unethical to keep your guest minister sitting in the congregation while you and other pastors are sitting in the pastor's seat. You invite someone and the person comes. You say, oh, sit here. Far from you. The one that you invited. If you don't believe in his ministry, if you don't respect the person, why did you invite the person to the church in the first place? It is unethical. It is wrong. It is something that we must do away with. It is unethical to allow your guest speaker pay for his bills. Yes. It is not good. When you invite a guest speaker, pay for his bills. If the person is coming to you by himself, no problem. But even as that, you have to show your concern and your love. If you do not have what it takes to accommodate someone, don't invite the person. It is an insult to invite somebody that you cannot accommodate financially, and you don't explain things to the person will come, and you expect the man of God to use his money for transportation in and out, sort out his bills. We don't do that in ministry. You know, something that you won't like it when it is done to you or people around you, I think you should not reproduce that same thing on someone else. So there are a lot of things that we do in ministry, and these things are very bad. Dear men of God, dear women of God, dear hosts out there, when we invite people for our programs, our sermons, let's learn to treat them well. We shouldn't abandon them. We shouldn't treat them anyhow. We should be loyal, respectful. We should cherish their presence so that they will be a blessing to us instead of a curse. May God bless you for watching this episode. I love you, and Jesus loves you more. My name is Bishop Dr. General Nyame. Shalom.